Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at what fiction and non-fiction means. Fiction and non-fiction are different ways to write about different subjects. Fiction is made up. You need to use your imagination when you are writing it. Types of fiction include stories, plays and poems. Non-fiction is about facts. You can't make it up. There are many different types of non-fiction writing, such as newspapers, adverts and reference books. Let's now have a look at one fiction writing piece and one non-fiction piece to see how they are written. A newspaper is based mainly on true events. It is important to remember that some things in a newspaper might be written from someone's opinion, but newspapers are usually based on facts and is therefore a non-fiction piece of writing. Journalists, those who report and write newspapers, mainly write about events which have happened in the past. They also use headlines to get people to read their articles. They use quotes from what people have said. And there are many different stories that make up their newspaper. Non-fiction writing is important because it can pass knowledge onto others and it improves our range of words. We'll now talk about an example of a fictional piece of writing. Writing a story that you have thought of in your imagination is an example of writing a fictional piece. For example, I might want to write about an adventure. Adventure stories might include characters escaping danger, finding something, or doing something out of the ordinary. Let's have a look at my example of an adventure story. Laura read the page for a second time. "You have to go," said her grandfather as he stood in the doorway of the study. She looked up from the ancient book and towards her aged grandfather and replied, "I know I must, and I must find the missing page. It seems like an awful long way. What a day," she cried as she threw the book back onto the shelf. Her grandfather looked at her as proudly as a lion. "No better time to get started. You have a long way to go." My character was going on an adventure to find something. This kind of story is known as an adventure story, but there are many types of genres of writing. The word genre means a certain style or type of writing. The word genre can also be used when talking about film, art or books. For writing, there are many types of genres, for example, fairy stories, scary stories or science fiction. Writing fiction helps us improve our imaginations. Let's recap. Writing can be fiction or non-fiction. Newspapers are usually non-fiction as they report about things which have happened around the world. Fiction is based on our imagination, like when we make up stories that we think of. All kinds of writing are important because they help us improve our knowledge of different things. For our daily task, we are going to focus upon writing a fiction piece. Pick a genre of fiction writing, for example, adventure, fairy story, or science fiction. You can even research your own. Write or say out loud a few sentences of your story. After this time, think about these questions. What makes my story fiction? How do I know my story is a certain type of genre? For example, I knew that my story was an adventure story because my character was getting ready to go on a quest, and this isn't something that she would usually do. When you are done, ask an adult to let me know how you get on in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that this video might be useful as an introduction to different kinds of texts. My personal tutoring and Twitter links are down below. Thanks so much again, and remember to take some time for yourself in this crazy world. Bye for now.